Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me for your message for the Spirit. I am just going to get right down to it because I have a few messages to give out here today, and you may be able to relate to these messages, so listen up. Now, Lori Mack. Lori, thank you so much. I felt really bad when you wrote to me. Talks about, family lost someone special last week. World seems so different without him in it. I'm reading his obituary. It doesn't seem real. And I know exactly what you mean. Especially when someone dies very quickly or unexpectedly, we feel like they've been plucked right off the face of this earth. And it's almost like you're in shock for a while. I can totally understand that. You had a couple of interesting questions, Lori, asking about when we die, are we still the same people we are here as we are on the other side? No, not really. And I'm going to tell you, once we die, we have an instant body to soul transformation, but we lose the body. We're not male, we're not female to the other side. Now, we do remember our past lives. We remember our life as we lived it here. So we do have memories and we do have connections that we do meet, of course, on the other side, but I believe we're all connected. And so when someone dies and when we're greeting them to the other side, we remember who they are. So yes, absolutely. Now, this person is definitely going to be in your circle if you're very close to him or her. They're going to be very, very closely connected to you in death as well. So don't be surprised that once you cross through, when you're ready for your journey, that you don't run into this person, because you most likely will if you were connected here on earth. Now, and just to let you know, they never go alone. I do have some videos that do, go over the subject of dying by yourself. And even if you were to die by yourself, you're never by yourself. Someone always comes to greet you from the other side. So just to let you know that. So I wouldn't want you thinking that he's alone. I would not want you thinking that he's there by himself. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of love that comes through, and I'm so sorry this has happened to you. Now, Joanne also wrote, how do we know that there's a life after death? How do we know that they're really okay? I've just been wondering about my loved ones. And Joanne, I know that you've been on the Soulmate Chats, and I know that you've received very specific messages. So I understand, wanting to know this, but it's a very good question, actually. And I believe that there's life after, because the soul never dies. The body does, but the soul doesn't. And I believe that before we come here, Joanne, that we have what I call the before life. And the before life is just basically the state of being before you're, born into, this planet or this area, before you're born or you're coming to being here. So the thing is, I do believe that there is life afterwards. And when we talk about life, it's not really the same type of life as we have here. So if I could well explain that, Joanne, it would be just basically a transition from one dimension to another. So you lose your physical being, as I mentioned for Laura, you lose that, but you go through to the other side without a male or female, just pure energy. And if you can equate to remembering a dream, being dead is much like having a dream. You're able to see, with your eyes, you're able to see in front of you. You never see your body, but it's a little bit different than being alive, because when you're dead, you don't have the ego attached to you. So it's really quite amazing to be dead, and it's very euphoric feeling once you cross into that light. So just to let you know, they're always okay. You don't have to worry about that. And I think, we're so worried about death because we never die every single day. We'll have accidents every single day and little mishaps, but death is final, and it's so scary to think that that's the end, but I'm going to tell you, it's not the end. And the thing is, your loved ones are always around you, especially your brother comes around you quite a bit, Joanne. So I just want to let you know, don't worry about that so much. Just keep on thinking of them coming around. Ask them very specifically for signs so that you'll receive them, so that you know that they're around. So I want to thank you so much. And Sarah, welcome as being a new member, wondering the same thing. Miss my parents so much every day. I wonder if they're okay, at peace, and I pray for them all the time, and I could well understand that. But Sarah, definitely. Now, a lot of people ask me, are my parents sad that I'm crying for them? I'm going to tell you, no, absolutely not, because spirits have the inability of being sad. They don't have that human ego when they cross through, so they have the inability of being upset, being judgmental, being hateful, that kind of thing. They just cannot do it. So just to let you know. Now, out of you three, just to let you know, I had a very strong feeling around April or 4/13 or 22 or 31, any other month. So I felt a very, very strong connection to that. I also felt a back-to-back passing out of you three very strongly come through. And it's funny because I have printed all of your questions on one page, and I think that's why I'm getting this. But I definitely have back-to-back passing, two people that would have died maybe 4 or 5 months in between each other that strongly come through. I also had an S feeling around a female, so I didn't know if it was like a Susan or a Sophie or a Sonia, or even a last name starting with an S, at the letter S, but I felt a very strong connection to that. Not only for Sarah, but generally speaking for the three of you, very strong S sounding female. Now there's a lot of love that comes through. They make me feel that there's appointments on Wednesday of next week around 1:30 or 2 o'clock out of you three that really need to pay attention to. So they make me feel really good about it, but you need to pay attention. There's something else coming from that meeting, and they make me feel that it's very important to pay attention to that. Now, Lori, I just want to let you know that that spirit will definitely give you a sign. You need to ask it. So the thing is, if you've lost that family, you know, loving member, or even someone very close to you, you need to ask very specifically for signs. I know I always do, and I always receive them. When you least expect it, trust me, pay attention. Look for numbers, look for, you know, animals that come through, dimes, feathers, anything like that. But I would definitely take those signs as being very, very personal and very much for me. Joanne, you know your brother's around you, and I believe that you feel him. I think we talked about that just recently. But Joanne, you have a lot of great energy around you. They love you so much. And just to let you know, things are going to go a little smoother for you, especially spring into summer. So yay for you. And just to let you know, Sarah, you know, don't worry about your parents so much, sweetheart. They're taking care of you. I believe that, you know, it's funny that I'm reading this, but I believe your name was drawn for Soulmate of the Month. So someone's definitely watching over you. I want to thank you all for writing, you know, to your message from Spirit. I love you guys all so much. It is exclusive for Soulmate members of my Infinity family, which is a membership site that I started a few years back. So you may want to join and get busy. And I'm super excited because I've started Soulmate Chat with Jay on Thursday evenings away from social media. They're amazing. So if you're looking for a unique connection experience, definitely register at Soulmate Chat at Medium J Lane. I should say actually at myinfinityfamily.com through mediumjlane.com. I love you guys all so much. Beautiful week, and until next video, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.